The Sports Desk is on the last leg of this race and shows you the baseball team that you couldn't write a better script for in the CIF playoffs and which Tartar has just the right kind of bunt in this playoff game. And the Lady Tartar softball team started their season slow, but man, did Washington and crew crank it up in the last few games of the season. Plus, the Lady Saxon softball team wants to go all the way to the CIF finals. Can they? Check it out. Hello and welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Bonnie Prickitt. There are a lot of teams that were in the playoff race, but there's still only one that is going this week. Is it your favorite team? Well, let's check it out and see. We're going to start with baseball first. The Torrance baseball team continued its postseason with a round 2 win over Don Lugo. Righty Anthony Condors led the Tartars to a 7-3 victory, allowing 1 earned run and 5 hits, also striking out 3 batters. The second round win brings us to the Division IV quarterfinal game against Chino. The third-seeded Tartars can rely on their deep bullpen, but we'll learn that they also can rely on everyone that's on the roster. Let's go ahead and watch at Kendall Field. To win in the postseason, Torrance will rely on their pitching, but this deep in the postseason, their defense will definitely have to close that gap. Ralph Ramirez pitched for the Tartars today, and Coach Terry Dewan gives us the insight.
Today I was proud of Ralph. Ralph threw a fantastic game today, and boom, boom, we're down 2-0, you know. But he kept his composure. He battled in there. I took a trip to the mound, and I told him in the infield, I said, let's keep it at 2. If we keep it at 2, we're going to get him.
Chino would score those 2 runs against the Tartars in the 6th inning, and the Tartars would keep Chino at bay. But Torrance still needed to score 3 runs to even win the game. How were they going to do it? And we go to the bottom of the 6th, 1 out. Trent Gilbert is on second. Ralph Ramirez is up at bat. He's going to poke it out to left field. And Gilbert is going to be safe at third. David Ike at bat, 2 men on base. Gilbert is ready to take any chance, and he will on the catcher's error, scoring the Tartars' first run of the game and bridging that gap. Torrance would score no more runs in the 6th. They're going to start the 7th, 2-1 Chino. Top of the 7th, Chino has 2 outs and 1 runner on base. Ralph Ramirez, here he goes. Outfield, is it Brandon Grajeda or Tyrone Taylor? Tyrone says it's mine this time. And great catch. Let's go in and see what Coach has to say. You know Coach Arlie Turner's telling those guys this is their last chance for the season. Lineup change 2. Brandon Grajeda, you're going to be first at bat. Can you have this nice, perfect drag bunt there down the third base line? Chino's pitcher will overthrow it. And Brandon, what are you thinking?
We got here as a team with heart, and it's just as soon as this coach said, Brandon, you're going to lay a perfect bunt. And I promised him and I promised myself and the team that, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I did. And it paid off. It paid off.
With Brandon now at third, it is senior Miller Olson's turn. He's going to shoot a line drive single to right field. And you know who that's bringing home. That's right, MVP of the game. Brandon, the score is now tied 2-2. Good job, Miller. Chino has a new reliever on the mound, Tyrone Taylor at bat. He comes up with a huge play and a double out to right field, sending Miller Olson to third and keeping this momentum up in this 7th inning. A few plays later, 2 outs, Ralph Ramirez up at bat. He actually gets hit on the pitch, which would have sent Miller Olson home, but that didn't matter. Miller Olson found home plate, and the Torrance Tartars pulled out a 3-2 win. Let's talk to a couple of the players.
I'm just amazed. We're amazing. We're just amazing. I have nothing to say except for we're amazing. That was a crazy comeback.
While the offense did a great job to help win the game, a lot of the credit goes to starting pitcher Ralph Ramirez, who threw a 6-hitter with 3 walks and 4 strikeouts to move his record to 9-1 on the season.
They were in the game, you know. The other team was in the game. They were ready to play. We were ready to play too, but it just seemed like they were more focused, you know, because it's a do-or-die game, you know. We came focused actually too.
And thanks so much to Ralph Ramirez for pitching a great game. So exciting to watch you and your whole team play. Ralph records his 9th win, and Trent Gilbert was 2 for 2 with a double. Brandon Grajeda gains more than just a run in this game. How about the love and respect of his teammates, coaches, and fans? Congratulations to that win. And with that win, their current overall record is 27-5. Semifinals are early in the week at Dedeaux Field over at USC, and it's against Bishop Amat, who is 2nd seed, while Torrance is the 3rd seed. And if they win this semifinal game, they will face either Oaks Christian or Palm Desert. Palm Desert is the #1 seed and is a team that they fell to in the playoffs in the last few years, but I think the Tartar team is more well-rounded this year. And Oaks Christian is a tough team too, but Torrance has a deeper bullpen. And as for the semifinal game against Bishop Amat, don't forget they've already met once this season, with Torrance winning the game, and they won the Redondo tournament in that game. Good luck to the Tartars, and we'll have to follow up for you next week with that score. And the Lady Tartars started their season slow, but they ramped it up in the postseason. Are they still in it to win it? Stick around.
With video games, I'm always choosing between what my kids want and what I think is best for them.
How about this one?
Which is why I love these new rating summaries. They let me know exactly what's in the game. Players shoot lasers from an arm cannon. Robot enemies explode and limbs fly off.
Maybe that other one's better.
Yeah. Get your free game rating summary today, and with it, the world's most powerful weapon, knowledge.
Never look a howler monkey in the eye. Fried ants are delicious. We finished a clinic in a rainstorm.
Really?
My students actually ended up teaching me. In la keg, a la king. Think managing a sales team is tough. Try working with 5 different villages. After 2 months, I was ready to quit, but after 2 years, I didn't want to leave. I didn't know I had it in me.
Turn 2 years of service into a lifetime of experience. To all the Peace Corps volunteers, past, present, and future, thank you for your service to your country and the world.
Are you playing a dangerous game with the future of America's citrus? Remove a citrus plant, and you could be spreading a disease that kills citrus. On its own, the disease can't move far, but in a car, an infected plant can travel miles. Move a citrus plant, and it could be game over for our citrus. Now it's your turn. Please, don't risk citrus. Don't move citrus. Learn more at saveourcitrus.org. A message from the USDA.
The Lady Tartar softball team started their season slow, not really gaining momentum until a couple of tournament appearances and a few Pioneer League slumps. None of that matters now. As a mostly underclassmen team, they finished first 2 playoff opponents off by 21 runs. And they look to do the same thing against Chaminade, who is first in the Mission League. Let's now go to Wilson Park, where we'll find Ghazal Hassan reporting.
2011 was supposed to be a year of transition for the Torrance Tartar softball team. After all, they lost 8 seniors last year and only had 4 varsity players returning to this year's squad. However, they went on a run late in the season that secured 2nd place in the Pioneer League and have now won their first 2 CIF playoff matchups by a combined score of 21-4. They stand 2 wins away from the CIF semifinal, which is where their squad reached last season. They're matched up in the 3rd round of the playoffs against the Eagles from Chaminade.
We go to the field of play where a pitching duel developing over the first 3 innings. Christine Washington yields just 1 base runner over the first 3. Her opponent, Taylor Stewart, retires the first 9 Tartars in a row. Top of the 4th inning now. Brittany Solis at second base, 1 out, and Taylor White at the plate. She rocks this offering to right center. Brittany Solis comes around to score from second base, and it's 1-0 Chaminade. Still top of the 4th, now 2 out. Samantha Klatz with a clutch single to left. That scores White, 2-0 Eagles. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Cameron Watts, the freshman, leads off with a single and moves to second on a pass ball. A strikeout and a walk later, Mo Ramirez steps in. Her older brother Ralph pitches for the Tartar baseball team. And you know what he's telling all his buddies? Yeah, my kid Sis can rake. Grounds the single up the middle, scores Watts from second base, and the Tartars pull to within 2-1. Washington retires the Eagles 1-2-3 in the 5th, and Reina Trejo's on second base with 2 down for Cameron Watts. She's just a freshman, can't even drive, but she can work the clutch. First pitch swinging, delivers the RBI double to right. Trejo scores, and we're all tied at 2. Miss Watts, what were your thoughts on the at-bat?
I just knew that she was pitching outside like the whole game, so I just came up there and stepped closer to the plate and hit it the other way.
Still tied, going to the top of the 7th. Watch this web gem by Mo Ramirez. Snares the liner, doubles off the runner off first, but Stewart holds the Tartars off in the 7th, and we're going to extra innings. Top of the 8th inning, 1 out. The Eagles load the bases. Watch this web gem here by Lexi Ponce. Makes the play, gets the force of the plate. No double play, but the 2nd out recorded for the Tartars. Bases still loaded for Chaminade with Taylor White at the plate, but Christina Washington rings her up with the called 3rd strike. Tartars out of the inning. We talked with Washington about this key situation.
Oh, well, the bases were loaded, and I knew that she was their best hitter, so I just knew I had to throw hard and make all my pitches like move and spin. I could not let her hit it with the bases loaded, so I just had to do my best.
The sophomore lefty held Chaminade hitless in 6 of the first 7 innings to keep her Tartar teammates in the ballgame. Sophomore Mo Ramirez comments on her pitcher's performance.
She did really great. I think she grew a lot as a pitcher, because most pitchers during that, if they're down, they get down, but she stayed up. She continued throwing her best, and she did really good today.
Torrance head coach Don Glavich echoed that same sentiment about Washington.
And really, they're in that late innings when the other team had the bases loaded and their best hitter at the plate, and to get that kid looking, I don't know if we've had a bigger moment from a pitcher in the last 4 years. I mean, that was, to get that from a sophomore, I mean, it shows how much she's grown.
We're still tied going to the 8th. Courtney Varela with 1 out, bunts her way on base, bringing up Lexi Ponce. But Ponce on a 2-2 count, swing and a miss, strike 3. Taylor Stewart, the starter for Chaminade, struck out 10 Tartars, and that brought Mo Ramirez to the plate. Ramirez, already with an RBI on the game, steps in. The pitch, she rips it to right field. It bounces in and gets past the right fielder. Courtney Varela's around 3rd. She'll score all the way from 1st. Tartars win. The Tartars win. We talk with Mo after the game, as well as with her coach, Don Glavich.
I was just trying to push the runners to scoring position, because at that point, 8th inning, all pressure, I just really needed to make something happen, and it worked out pretty good.
They've played 2 league champions back-to-back, 2 20-win teams that were ranked in our division in the top 10, and even when they get down, they're completely unfazed by it. They just keep battling back. It's awesome.
Thanks, Ghazal, for the report. Torrance pulled out an exciting 2-3 win against Chaminade, and Cameron Watts was 2 for 4 at bat, making a difference, of course, and Christina Washington pitched all 8 innings with a nice showing. Mo Ramirez had the game-winning hit in the 8th with 2 outs, and they will continue on to the next round, and we'll have those highlights later for you. But first, North softball created the perfect regular season. They were undefeated on the way to winning Pioneer League, and a lot of games were won in dramatic fashion, where the Saxons didn't get started scoring runs until late in the game, or one of their star pitchers laid on the perfect kill on their opponents. They brought this dramatic play to the postseason, and they will keep trying to keep it going against a very competitive Chino Hills team. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few of the highlights. The Saxons were in this game, both on defense and offense. Sydney Haling there in the 2nd inning with a single. Kelsey Carnes on the mound for the Saxons. Pitch appears a little high, and then it also appears over the fence. Unfortunately, that would be the only run of the game. North would have more chances in the game, though. It would, of course, be the 7th inning. Vanessa Gonzalez singles there over to the left, moving up Sydney Haleen to 2nd. Up next, Megan Otina hits it right back to the Chino pitcher, and she's out at 1st. They're not out of the game yet, though. 2 outs. Monique Gonzalez smacks it, but unfortunately, another out at 1st. Let's go and talk to senior leader and first baseman Alex Perez and Coach Miller about the game and the season.
We played good. I'm proud of the way my team played. We just didn't go well for us. But if looking back on my whole high school career, I couldn't be more proud. I have 2 CIF rings. I made it to the finals 3rd year, and now I have a league champion. I couldn't ask for anything more. Like, anything more would be unheard of.
We weren't dominated. She made some nice pitches when she had to. We had chances and we couldn't get a run across.
That's right. It was a good game. And thanks to Alex Perez for chatting with us after the game, and of course Coach Miller as well. Although the Saxons lost to Chino Hills, they did win the Pioneer League, and that you cannot take away from them. Coming up next, we go to Wilson Park again to watch the Lady Tartars try and grab another win from the top-seeded Bishop Amat. Stay here.
It's one of the most watched and upsetting episodes of Intervention ever, and it's about my sister Allison. When she was huffing or inhaling everyday household products to get high. Allison survived. A lot of people don't. The National Institute on Drug Abuse says 1 in 5 American teens have used inhalants to get high. When these normally safe products are abused, inhalants are a gateway to even more serious forms of drug abuse and can cause brain injury or death. Learn more at inhalant.org.
If I ride, I will know the way the trees smell after the rain. I will grow a heart so strong that hospitals will take Tuesdays off. If I ride, road rage will turn into laughter, and oil tankers will haul chocolate milk. And I won't be a boy or a girl. I will just be a rider.
I've changed apartments several times. My roommates have always been trouble. Now, because of the economy, I've had to move back home. When my mom gets drunk, she tells me everything I do is going to fail. I get into arguments with her about her drinking. Dad goes to Al-Anon family groups. I didn't think Al-Anon would work for me, but every time I go, I feel better. If someone's drinking bothers you, you might find help in an Al-Anon family group meeting right here in our community. I found support there. You can too. Call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or visit alanonfamilygroups.org.
Welcome back. With the Lady Tartars win against Chaminade, they are looking to keep that playoff train moving in the quarterfinals. You'll note that they are in Division 3 this postseason, moving up a division from last year. That means that the competition is tougher, especially against their quarterfinal opponent, Bishop Amat. Bishop Amat was undefeated in the Delray League. Torrance is not counting themselves out, though. Let's have Ghazal Hassan break it down for us again.
The Torrance softball team isn't used to being the underdog, but it's a role they've relished in their run to the CIF quarterfinal. The Lady Tartars have knocked off 2 straight league champs, and they go for the trifecta against the Lady Lancers of Bishop Amat, the number 2 overall seed in their tournament bracket. Christina Washington in the circle for Torrance. Through 3 playoff games, the sophomore lefty had allowed just 6 runs over 22 innings. She runs into some early trouble. Amat already up 1-0 in the top of the first, 1 on, 1 out. Alexis Gonzalez chops this single to right, making it 2-0 Bishop Amat. 1 out later, it's now 3-0, and Brandy Galavis singles and scores Cassie Padilla from second base. 4-0 Lancers lead. Top of the 3rd inning, still 4-0, 1 on, 1 out for Cassie Padilla. She gets all of this one deep to left, and she is gone. Who says the ladies can't play long ball? 6-0 Lancers. Same score as we go to the 4th inning. Reina Trejo at the plate. She'll ground them to the force play. They'll get the out with the Lancers, but Mo Ramirez scores from 3rd, and it's now 6-1 as the Tartars have a run. Despite the deficit, the Tartars never quit. Here's Courtney Varela. She gets on base. She also had a fantastic catch, tumbling over the fence in center field. Can't quite see it here, but I assure you she recorded the out. Maximum effort there from Courtney Varela. But in the end, it was the Lancers with the 9-1 win, and they will eliminate the Tartars in the quarterfinal round of the CIF playoffs. And while the end was a disappointment for the Tartars, nobody can deny this was an extremely successful season for Coach Don Glavich's program. After the game, we caught up with the lone senior starter for the Tartars, co-captain Natalie Ayala.
My 4 years here were awesome. I had a great time. I mean, they were the best years of my high school career, and I have no regrets whatsoever.
Junior co-captain Danielle DeCastro returns next year with 7 starters for Torrance, who could be favorites in the Pioneer League.
I'm totally optimistic. I think we're going to do great next year.
And even though we're only losing 4 seniors, so it's not that big of a deficit to us.
So despite the playoff loss, head coach Don Glavich can definitely look at his glass as being half full.
It's rough to kind of go out in a game this way, but you know what? They're all going to be back next year. We're losing 1 starter, so things look good for us.
The joyride ends for the Torrance High softball team as they lose 9-1 to Bishop Amat. But what a great run it was, winning 8 of their last 9 to make the quarterfinal and knocking off 2 league champions. Reporting for the Sports Desk, Ghazal Hassan.
The Lady Tartars would try, but just couldn't get it done against a very good Bishop Amat team. Bishop Amat's overall record is 25-3. Mo Ramirez had the only run for the Tartars, and Raina Trejo brought her home. Sarah Helm had 3 hits in this game. They end their season with a 20-12 overall record. Torrance actually won 8 of their last 10 games after starting with a 2-6 record. So they are young, and the best is yet to come for this team. That's it for the softball and baseball coverage, but there are 2 track and field athletes from Torrance that I would like to take a quick second to recognize. Say hi. And I'd like to congratulate Kayla Mallett from West Torrance. At the Southern Section Masters meet, she got 2nd in the triple jump and 5th in pole vault. Congratulations, you qualified for state. Jocelyn Barnes got 1st in high jump with a 5'7" clearance. Congratulations to you. Both of those ladies are actually going on to postseason careers, at college on scholarship, and you'll be meeting them in the coming months. But for now, that is maybe going to school somewhere on a partial athletic scholarship. Please let us know. Give us a call at 310-618-5762. You can email us at the sportsdesk at torranceca.gov. We want to know about these people and let you know who they are. You can view all of our shows online at torranceca.gov. So in addition to letting us know if any of the prep athletes already have scholarships, you can also let us know here at the Sports Desk if you have any summer camps going on. Please let us know. We would love to come out and cover your event. So until next time, Torrance Tartars, we hope that you play hard.